My name's Kelsey Day. I'm 16 years old from a small town outside of Annapolis, Maryland. This summer, I had an amazing opportunity to travel to Paris, France, Lucerne, Switzerland, and Munich, Germany. I used it as a learning experience on many levels, but I also used it for an opportunity for research. I wanted to learn what the average person knows about climate change, considering it's such a huge issue today. Once I educated myself on the topic, I created a template to compare what not only the average American person knows, but people from the places I visited. I asked random people all the three same simple questions. Number 1, what do you know about climate change? Number 2, what is your opinion on climate change? And number 3, what is one thing the average person can do to help decrease climate change? This made it easier to compare the answers I received. I began in America with a control group of average American people.
Well, I know a lot about global warming because in the education system, the great public school system, they taught me a lot about it. So I know that climate change is happening and that's normal. It happens a lot over the history of the earth.
I feel like I don't know enough about climate change, so I feel like I should know more than I do currently, because I think it's a really important issue that I'm really ill-informed about. I feel like I'm pretty sure it's causing melting in the polar ice caps, because you hear that everywhere, which is like bad for animals, as well as I think it has a lot to do with our crazy weather we've been having, which has been really weird, and I'm not into it.
I know that the climate fluctuates throughout the world. It goes through cold spells and it goes through hot spells. Some cold spells are like the Ice Age, and it's different in different areas of the world. That's about it.
I think we should be conscious of how we're treating the earth because we only have one and we kind of need it, so it's important that we take care of it.
It's something that people, including me, need to become more informed about. I think that it's something that our media should be putting more effort in to inform us more about, because I mean, I'm a perfect example of like the average American who doesn't know a lot about it because the media doesn't really talk about it as much as it really should. I think that's something that it deserves attention, because I think that it's affecting the earth and we only have the one earth to live on, so we should probably take care of it.
I believe just that it's fluctuating. I don't think that the whole earth is getting warmer or colder. I think they're just going to stay in different states.
No, just like be conscious of what you're doing. I think it's like the little things, like, I mean, recycling, here we go, don't throw your trash on the ground. If you see trash on the ground, pick it up, small things like that, try to drive less.
I'm pretty sure recycling is really good, 98% sure, because it like is reusing stuff so we don't have to cut down as many trees, because I'm pretty sure that cutting down trees, like using fossil fuels and stuff, is bad for climate change, because they're gross and they release toxins into the air, and living more green, which is pretty cliche I think, but I think it can actually really help.
Keeping the environment in control, not destroying the ozone, just using products that aren't harmful to the environment, things that would create a hole in the atmosphere and stuff like that.
And then, my journey began.
What the news say, but I don't watch that much news. That's a problem. Climate change. I know that the world is getting crazy. In France, we had a very hot winter. When in the States, you had a very cold winter. Everything is just totally mixed up because of the pollution, because of the action of man, and of course the planet is warming up.
As I say, it's the weather is getting crazy. I don't know. In summertime, it's raining. In winter, it's getting hot. There is no 4 seasons like before.
that I've got plastic shoes, and if it wasn't plastic, that would be leather.
So we have to do the maximum to preserve the nature, starting at home to selecting the rubbish, etc.
That we should be more concerned, we should do things, we should pay attention, we should work on it.
Humanity factors make it difficult to get over it.
Drive less.
To use the minimum of, for example, plastic bags.
Switch off the heater when they open the window. Turn off the car or make car sharing.
To recycle, yeah, it's the right word.
People in Paris should start by using less than cars. That would be a good start.
Riding bicycles for the short distance, for example.
Nothing.
I don't know a lot of it. It's always some information that I get about it, but not a lot.
What? Help me, please.
I think it depends a lot from the people, what they make. I don't know if it's the right word, but it's taking the revenge to the people because they do something they don't watch on the nature.
More brain work, maybe.
Like, for example, people that are presidents or something like that, they can do.
Okay, well, many people say different things, so I never really, kind of read a book about it or something. But a lot of people say, or like the media always says that the temperatures are rising and it's getting hotter and hotter, and then more natural catastrophes will happen. Like the weather is totally upside down. So that you can actually feel the global warming by floods or droughts or, wildfires that are earlier than usual, something like that. Don't really have an opinion. Because I don't really know the scientific data. A lot of people say that people overthink it, but I think we should take the environment very seriously. Like how we handle our resources and just treat the environment and this planet. And I do believe that like by building a lot of houses and concrete, that's a big problem here in Germany with floods. We have a lot of floods because the water can't really drain anywhere. But I do believe we have to do things. We have to not destroy nature and the environment. So I think it's important, but the question is how can we, do anything about it? We in Germany, we are big on sustainable energy, for example. We have a lot of solar panels. My dad, for example, he has a cistern in the garden, so he collects rainwater, and we actually wash our clothes with the rainwater and flush our toilets. Or I like to reuse towels in hotels just to, I think it all has to do with saving energy too, in my opinion, for the global warming. And of course, maybe carpool, and ride the bikes more often if you can. Don't always take your car. That is not only good for the environment, but good for your wallet, at least here in Europe, because gas is so expensive. So, yeah.
I then returned home to analyze what I had learned. I got an array of answers from different people with various levels of awareness, so I broke it down into this chart. I grouped it whether or not the people that I spoke to generally did or generally didn't have a basic knowledge of climate change. Through my findings, I also gathered that 1 French, 1 American, and 1 German thought that not enough was being done about the issue. 2 Swiss didn't think they had the power to do anything alone. But most astoundingly, 1 American, 1 German, 2 French, and 2 Swiss felt underinformed about the issue as a whole. I then made another chart to compare the answers I got when I asked people what they could do to help, so I could compare how frequently I got some answers compared to others. Some of the answers I got were to recycle, ride bikes, don't litter, carpool, drive less, which was the most popular answer, conserve energy, use sustainable energy, use rain barrels, and reuse towels. There are infinitely other answers of ways to help that weren't said, and while it seems most people I talked to had a fair knowledge of climate change, I can't generalize by saying one country knows more than another. What I did learn are there are huge gaps between what the general public knows and the actual current real facts. This proves how important it is for people to stop sitting idle and educate themselves about climate change. More work needs to be done by the education system as a whole and the media to make sure everyone knows what they need to know about climate change. Because staying informed and doing what we're supposed to do is the only way to get things done. So this, and this can stay the way they are.